Dolan was named the Archbishop of New York in 2009. Which just goes to show. So there's some wonderful things I want to tell you. Number one is that he is the first of 5 children, and he's originally from St. Louis. He felt his vocation very early in life, and he actually attended his high school seminary, and then he was ordained a priest of the Archdiocese of St. Louis. He went on to continue his studies at the Pontifical North American College in Rome, and he went on to earn a license in sacred theology from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas. He has a doctorate in American Church history from the Catholic University. Clearly, we have a delegation from CUA. Has spent his career both as a parish priest, he's been a diplomat, an academic professor. He's headed 2 seminaries, including the Pontifical North American College in Rome, where he graduated, before he was named bishop by John Paul II in 2001. His career as a bishop has taken him to several places. I already mentioned that now, since 2009, he has been the Archbishop of New York. He was also, in 2012, Pope Benedict appointed him as a member of the College of Cardinals. And so he was present when the College of Cardinals, I like to think I'm a part of it, but when they elected Pope Francis, and he's actually just published a book on this experience. He's done all sorts of other things in addition to that, where he serves the larger church. He was the chairman of Catholic Relief Services. Which is very cool, and we should be proud of that. He's currently a member of the Board of Trustees for the Catholic University of America. He's on the Pontifical Council for promoting the new evangelization, and he's also on the Pontifical Council for Social Communications, which is why you can follow him on his blog, his Twitter, and his Facebook accounts. He has been to 6 different World Youth Days, and when I asked him, what is your favorite part about World Youth Day, what he said back to me is that the catechesis sessions are his favorite part because he just loves being with young people. I asked him about his own faith and what strengthened his faith as a youth and as a young adult, and he talked about the people around him, both teachers, the religious men and women who helped promote his faith and encourage him in his vocation, and how important they were to reinforce his faith. For the young church, I asked him, what do you have as a hope for the young church? And he said that the church is young. The church is ever young, the church is ever old, that the church is continually renewing itself, and that he is just so proud to have so many young people be a part of the young church. So Cardinal Dolan's motto as a bishop has been, Lord, to whom shall we go? And we are so glad that the Lord has sent him to us today. Cardinal Timothy Dolan.
Standing up, and we will begin with a prayer, all right? And I just want you to repeat after me that those beautiful 5 words. This is getting longer and longer. Jesus, I trust in thee. Jesus, I trust in thee. That you will bless our Holy Father, our bishops, our priests and deacons. Jesus, I trust in thee. That you will bless our seminarians, our consecrated women and men, our sisters and brothers. Jesus, I trust in thee. That you'll bless our wonderful youth leaders who are here, part of this World Youth Day in Rio de Janeiro. Jesus, I trust in thee. That you will bless our magnificent young people who are here in the hundreds of thousands. And here this morning in Rio Vivo, young people from all over the English-speaking world. Jesus, I trust in thee. That you'll bless our media, that you'll bless our Salt and Light and Catholic Sirius Radio and all of our social communicators who are bringing this message of World Youth Day throughout the Church Universal. Jesus, I trust in thee. Then you'll bless the thousands of United States servicemen and women who, thanks to Salt and Light, are tuned into these World Youth Days throughout the world. Jesus, I trust in thee. And that you'll bless this magnificent city of Rio de Janeiro, the gracious host for these World Youth Days. Jesus, I trust in thee. Thank you. Now you can sit down. I'm the one, everybody. I'm the one who should be giving you a standing ovation. Bob and Maggie and Emma are wonderful musicians. Thank you for your service. I'm the one who should be giving you a standing ovation because Maggie was right. I'm a bit of a veteran of World Youth Days. I've been coming to them since Denver. I think this is my 7th one. And Maggie was right. For me, the heart of World Youth Days would be these catechetical sessions. And here, I am so inspired by all of you. As I look out and contemplate the sacrifices, the time, the effort, the sweat, the energy, the prayer, the study, the preparation that went into your presence here in Rio, I am nothing less than inspired, and I'm the one who's grateful to you. If I could begin, I got a tough job, folks. The tough job is not the catechesis, to speak on hope. That's pretty easy for all of us, I hope, if we're people of faith. I got a job in trying to keep it to 35 or 40 minutes, so bear with me here, okay? I want to begin my catechesis this morning with a story from another World Youth Day. The World Youth Day in Toronto, Canada, back in 2002. If you're here from Toronto, Canada, I still deeply appreciate all the hospitality you showed us. And when I was doing a catechesis, like I am now, for World Youth Day 2002 in Toronto, it was the last day of the catechesis, Friday. Like Friday would be the last days of these 3 catechetical sessions. And anyway, at the end of my session, I asked for some feedback or some testimony or some witness questions like we're going to do today. And I proposed to the young people gathered, I said, perhaps in some way the grace of the Holy Spirit has transformed or changed your life. And maybe you'd like to share with your newfound friends here at World Youth Day, maybe you'd like to share perhaps how the grace and mercy of Jesus has transformed your life. And there was a variety of comments. And finally, from the back of the room, pardon me if you've heard me say this story before because it made such an impact on me. I use it a lot. I especially use it when I'm administering the sacrament of confirmation. But anyway, from the back of the room, a woman raised her hand, and I said, sure, stand up. And she stood up. She looked maybe to be in her mid-30s, so I thought maybe she was one of the leaders. And she said, she said, Archbishop Dolan, you asked us if we could give some testimony as to if World Youth Day transformed our lives. And she says to me, she says to all of us, World Youth Day has not only transformed my life, it has saved my life. Well, of course, she had all of our attention. And she said, I'm 26 years old. Well, right away we were sort of startled because she looked so much older. And she said, I've had a rather difficult life. She said, I've been in foster home since I was 4. And at the age of 14, I took to the streets. And she said, I've been living on the streets of Detroit for about 10 years. And she said, I was and am addicted to heroin, as well as to alcohol and to other drugs. And with that, she rolled up the long-sleeve t-shirt she was wearing, and we could see the scabs. We could see the bruises. We could see the wounds on her arms. She said, and to subsidize that habit, I've been leading a life of prostitution, because that's the only way I can make money. She said about 4 months ago, I entered this women's shelter that is run by Catholic Charities in the Archdiocese of Detroit. And she said, I'm trying to get my life back together, and I